You know that voice in your head? You know the one I'm talking about, that one that whispers, "Who do you think you are?" Every time that you are about to level up your game, that one that makes you feel like a fraud when people praise you for all the good work you've done. Here's what no one's telling you about this. That voice is not your enemy. It is your secret weapon. And by the end of this episode, you're going to understand why people who fake it until they make it are actually the ones that are living the lie.
Your Success DNA podcast. Your success is in your DNA.
What is up? What is up? What the hell is up, my fellow success seekers? Welcome back to another episode of Your Success DNA, the podcast from my aspiring entrepreneurs and 9-to-5 escapees. Each episode designed to deliver mindset shifts and habit upgrades and a little dose of rebellion, a little sprinkle of rebellion in there for you, all helping you to break from convention and build a life aligned with your version of success, and hopefully a business too at the same time, because you know what? Being an entrepreneur is hard. You don't have to be an entrepreneur to get value out of this show, but that's who it's made for. And if you know someone who dreams of ditching the grind, but still is out there making time for a little personal development, a little self-help in their life, then you might want to forward this episode to them. Okay, so today we're flipping the script on imposter syndrome. You know, that nagging feeling that you're not quite qualified, you're not quite ready, that you are not enough. And first, I'm going to be showing you why imposter syndrome isn't a bug in the system, but it's actually a feature. It's actually a sign that you are growing, that you're pushing the boundaries, and that you're becoming someone new. The people who've never felt like imposters, I think they are the ones who've just stopped evolving. Second, we're going to dive into the neuroscience behind why your brain creates these self-doubt loops and how understanding this mechanism actually will give you power over it. You'll learn why trying to eliminate imposter syndrome completely is not just impossible, I actually think it's counterproductive. And third, I want to give you a tactical framework for transforming imposter syndrome from a paralyzing force into rocket fuel for your authentic confidence. And this isn't about fake it until you make it nonsense, right? This is about leveraging your self-awareness as a competitive advantage. Yeah. So here's the truth I think is going to sting a little bit. So go ahead and lean in and listen to this. If you're driving, keep focused on the road, but give me one of your ears. The reason you feel like an imposter is not because you are not good enough. It's because you're too aware. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. You see the gap between where you are and where you actually want to be. You recognize your own limitations. You understand how much you still do not know. And society has convinced you that this awareness is a weakness. But what if I told you that it is this awareness, this ability to see your own growth edges, that is exactly what separates future leaders from lifetime followers? Yeah, okay. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah, marketing director I coached not too long ago. Brilliant woman, MBA from Northwestern, 10 years of crushing it in corporate. But every time she thought about starting her own consulting practice, that voice would kick in. You know the one I'm talking about? Who are you to charge premium rates? You're just making it up as you go along. Real consultants have certificates that you do not have. Yeah, that was the little voice just squawking in her ear. Meanwhile, her colleague, Mike, decent guy, nothing wrong with him, solid performer, had zero hesitation launching his own agency, no advanced degrees, no specialized training, just pure confidence, and a LinkedIn profile full of all those buzzwords. Guess what happened? Mike's business plateaued at mediocre. He could not grow beyond surface level work because he never questioned himself. He never pushed himself deeper. He never allowed himself to evolve, so his approach never evolved. Sarah, on the other hand, well, once she learned how to reframe her self-doubt as self-awareness, she built a 6-figure consulting agency in 18 months. Talk about making it happen. Her imposter syndrome, he says with air quotes, became her quality control system. It made her over-prepare, it made her over-deliver, and it made her consistently and constantly innovate. The difference? Sarah's self-doubt made her better. Mike's blind confidence made him stagnant. Yeah. So here's your step-by-step system for transforming imposter syndrome into your secret weapon. I'm going to call this the AWARE framework, okay? A is for acknowledge the signal. Don't ignore it. When the imposter's voice kicks in and starts whispering in your ear, don't fight it. Say, interesting. My growth radar is pinging. I wonder what it's trying to tell me. Okay, you don't have to be as cheesy as that, but you get what I'm saying. Imposter syndrome is often your subconscious recognizing that you are about to level up, maybe even go into some uncharted waters.
Your Success DNA podcast. Your success is in your DNA.
W, I want you to welcome the comfort. Instead of trying to eliminate that feeling and oust it from inside your head or inside your heart, I want you to lean into it. Ask yourself, what skill gap is this highlighting? What knowledge do I need to acquire? What experience am I about to gain? You see, your discomfort is pointing right directly at the edge of your growth, right? Your growth edge. That's the spot you need to expand on. A, assess the reality. I want you to separate that signal from the noise. Write it down. What specific skills or knowledge are you actually missing? Ask yourself that question. What specific knowledge or skills am I actually missing? What can I learn or what can I improve? What is just fear talking? Sometimes that's the case. Most imposter syndrome is about 20% valid feedback and 80% emotional static, right in the air. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. R is respond with action. I want you to turn this new insight into momentum. If there's a skill gap, fill it. If there's a knowledge need, acquire it. If there's just fear, acknowledge it and move forward anyway. Action is the antidote to analysis paralysis. My friends, do not skip this step. This is why you always hear me end the shows with think successfully and take action. One without the other, little struggle, okay? And last but not least, the E in aware is evolve your identity. This is the crucial step that most people are going to miss, but not you, because you're here, you're listening, all right? I want you to start saying, I'm someone who grows through challenges. I'm someone who turns uncertainty into opportunity, and I am someone who uses self-awareness as fuel. Your identity shapes your reality. We talked about this in the past couple episodes, and if you didn't hear those, go check them out, okay? So, speaking of evolving your identity, if this episode is hitting a little different, right? You're like, wow, I'm totally vibing with this. Then you need to get on my newsletter list. The Unleash Your DNA newsletter is where I share additional mindset shifts and habit upgrades and more doses of rebellion to help all my aspiring entrepreneurs and 9-to-5 escapees or just folks that vibe with me to build a life aligned with your version of success. Every week, twice a week, I send out tactical insights that challenge that conventional wisdom that's hammered into our head every single day, and I give you tools to think sharper, to act bolder, and to live better. No fluff, no fake motivation, just real strategies for real transformation. Head over to Your Success DNA and join the many, many folks that are done playing small, okay? Now, I can hear many of you around my magic headphones right now. Why does this matter? Why does this matter at a deeper level? We, right, my friends, are living in an age of unprecedented change. I know you hear people say that all the time, but it's true. The skills that you have, you know, the ones that got you to where you are right now, they're not going to get you there, wherever there is for you. The identity that served you in your 20s might be suffocating you in your 30s, or your 40s, right? I know I'm a different person than I was 40 years ago. In this environment, the people who thrive are not the ones with unshakable confidence. They're the ones with unshakable adaptability. They're comfortable being uncomfortable. They use their self-doubt as a compass, not a cage. Now, this is a part of a bigger paradigm shift I think is happening right this very minute. And as of the recording of this is the beginning of November 2025. We're moving from a world that rewarded certainty to a world that rewards curiosity. From a world that valued knowing to a world that values learning. From a world that celebrated confidence to a world that celebrates consciousness. Yeah, your imposter syndrome isn't a personal failing, my friends. It's an evolutionary advantage. It's your brain's way of keeping you sharp, keeping you growing, and keeping you real, okay? And that's what we're going to be around here. We're going to be real. No punches pulled. The question isn't about how to eliminate self-doubt. The question is, lean in, I want you to hear this. How will you use it to become who you are meant to be? That is the most important question. Imposter syndrome is not proof that you're not ready. It's proof that you are growing. The people who have never felt like imposters have stopped evolving. So here's your whiskered wisdom for this week, your specific action for this week. The next time that imposter's voice kicks in and starts whispering in your ear, instead of fighting it or feeding it, I want you to interview it. Yeah, sit it down like you're listening to your favorite podcast and start asking it questions like, what are you trying to protect me from? What are you trying to prepare me for? What is it I need to know? Yeah. And then write down one specific action that you can take to address the valid concern and one action that you can take despite the invalid fear. Your self-doubt wants to keep you safe. That's why it's there. Your growth is going to require you to be brave. Both can be true, and both are usually true. So listen, the world doesn't need yet another person pretending that they have it all figured out. The world needs more people who are brave enough to grow in public, smart enough to learn from their gaps, and real enough to admit that they are still becoming what they can be. Your imposter syndrome, it's not your weakness, it's your wisdom. Use it, trust it, and let it make you better, not bitter. Stop trying to eliminate that voice that could, when used right, keep you sharp. Start using it to cut straight through the noise so that you can build something real. All right, with that, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully and take action.
Thanks for listening to Your Success DNA podcast. Whether you're starting out or you're a seasoned entrepreneur, we have the tools and inspiration that you need to take your life to the next level. So stay tuned for more game-changing advice in our upcoming episodes. And hey, before you go, a quick reminder to check out our past episodes of Your Success DNA for more inspiring stories and practical advice. And if you've loved what you heard, leave us a review and share this podcast with your friends and colleagues. Let's all level up our lives together, shall we? Remember, your success is in your DNA.